Hello, welcome back to Learn Economia. Having discussed a lot about green technology, green tech, and many other concepts related to environmental protection, environmental conservation when it is connected to economy. Now, in this video, we are going to answer the question, what is green investing? Before starting the video, let me tell you that all these concepts which we have been discussing in the past few videos, along with what we are going to discuss in this particular video, these are actually some concepts which are, though not new as such, these are emerging with respect to its practical applications. So as a result, you can definitely expect questions from these kinds of arenas. So that's why I have taken these kinds of concepts. Um, so in this video, we are going to look into the details of green investing. We will be answering the question, what is green investing, and we will be covering certain aspects of green investing as well. So let's get started. So before starting, what is green investing? This is something which seeks to support business practices that have a favorable impact on natural environment. We have discussed something on corporate social responsibility. I have told you about externalities, the negative externalities created by certain companies, and as a result of that, the government has to incur a lot of costs, the society has to incur a lot of cost, the world as such has to incur a lot of cost to deal with all these kinds of things. What many developed economies, especially US and all, what these economies have done is that they have adopted what is known as green technology, and they have reduced they reduced the use of combustion of fossil fuels, or have reduced the use of coal for fossil fuels, etc. And what they have done is that they are actually they have made a transformation in their energy use. I am not telling that they have reduced their consumption of energy, but what they have done is that they have gone for a smart way of using energy. They have tried to establish, or they have tried to implement certain technologies that are eco-friendly. And coming to green investing, this has got something to do with green tech. So that's why I have been doing these kinds of topics in a connected manner. We could see that all these are done in order to protect our environment, or in order to safeguard our environment, or in order to conserve our environment. Often grouped with socially responsible investing, or environmental or social or government friendly based environment, these kinds of investments like green investments, these focus on companies or projects committed to the conservation of natural resources, and this will be helping in pollution reduction, and also this will be helping to build environmentally or eco-friendly conscious business practices. When we become environment conscious or ecologically conscious, what happens is that we will try to conserve our environment, like what is implemented by the government in the name of corporate social responsibility. So in the case of corporate social responsibility, every company has to set aside a part of their profit in order to compensate for the harm it has done to the environment as a result of its activities. So I am not telling that the corporate social responsibility will be something which will be helping to have exact compensation for the environment for the harm created by the company, but definitely this will be a kind of relief. Also, the company will try to reduce its pollutions if the government of a particular country has what to say, has already implemented certain kind of policies like Pigouvian taxation, all these kinds of things. Green investment, coming to the topic as such, we could see that this may fit under the umbrella of SRI, but these are more specific. Like in the case of green technology, which is a kind of umbrella concept which includes many other domains apart from environment aspect into its criteria. we could see that green investment too is actually, it is not a technical concept or technology related or investment based matter alone. It has got many other uh, facets too. Some investors buy green bonds, some buy green exchange traded funds, some buy green index funds, some buy green mutual funds, or these are actually certain kind of investment opportunities available in the form of green investing. While profit is not the only motive for those investors, there is some evidence that green investing may mimic or beat the returns of more traditional assets. That means that while we are going for green investing, actually we are promoting or conserving our environment. Along with that, we are actually investing in a particular arena where we could increase our profit rates. So that is why it is told that the profit of traditional asset is something which is very much less if you compare the profit of traditional assets with the profit that you could earn in green investing. Pure green play or pure play green investment are those that derive almost all of the revenues and profit from green business activities. And many people prefer green investments compared to some other kinds of investment attracted by these profits. And there are many potential avenues for business seeking to improve the environment. And some companies are actually engaged in investing in some kind of renewable energy research, or they invest in developing eco-friendly alternative to plastics, other materials, etc. We know how plastic has become a danger to environment, how plastic has created air pollution, water pollution, land pollution, and what not to the environment. So that is why many governments are actually reducing the use of plastic. In the case of India itself, we could see that a recent policy announcement made by the central government has made us to curtail the use of plastics. So this is something which would definitely help to revive our environment. Others may seek to reduce pollution or other environmental impacts from their production sites. Because there is no firm definition of the word green, what qualifies as a green investment is actually something which is open to interpretations. We know that when some kind of policy is announced by a government, there will be two sides. At least there will be two sides. One side would be for supporting the government, and other side would be for opposing the government. So this is not just two sides. Actually, there will be some other section which will be some other section of people who will be supporting some aspects of the policy, whereas other aspects would be opposed by these people itself. Some investors want pure play options like renewable fuels and energy saving technology. We have already discussed the details of all these kinds of things in the previous video, where we have discussed what is green tech. So people are doing is that, or what companies are doing is that, they are trying to install some renewable uh, kind of technology to generate electricity, like solar panels, windmills, all these kinds of things. So all these are mainly to curtail the use of traditional methods like fossil fuels, combustion of coal, all these kinds of things. But we have to remember that uh, this is not what to say. I mean, this is not a particular arena where people do not incur cost. Definitely, this is an arena where a lot of cost is involved. So first of all, we need to understand that whenever we say that we have to go for green technology, all these kinds of things, we need to at the same time remember that ours is a developing economy, and a completely transformation by restoring or by replacing our existing technology or existing way of generating electricity with the renewable way of doing so, and complete transformation of the economy is actually a matter of time. So we have to do this, but we should not wait for long. We should try our level best right from today itself, at least. Coming back to green play investment again, we can see that there have been many investors who put money behind companies that have good business practices in how they use natural resources and manage waste, but also draw their revenue from multiple sources. This is what I have already told you, that many people or many companies who invest in green technology, they could understand that the profit rate they could gain from investing in green technology is much more than what they could get when they invest in traditional kind of assets. Now coming to what is known as green investing, with respect to its types, there have been several ways to invest in green technology initiatives. And what are these? Some people consider these as a risky avenue, whereas some green technologies are considered to be very much profitable. We are going to look into different types of green investing in this video. First is green equities. What is green equity? We know that the usual equity, it is a kind of financial instrument where which is used by people to deal with their financial market, right? So coming to green equities, this is considered to be one of the simplest form of green investing. And this here, what you have to do is that you have to buy stock in companies where strong environmental commitments are there. There have been many new startups coming up, and these seeks to develop alternative energies and materials, and even traditional players are actually making sizable and huge profits. Some companies like Tesla, it is considered to have been able to reach multi-billion dollar valuations by targeting environmentally conscious consumers. So this is another arena. You can actually create awareness among people, and you can create a startup and create awareness among people regarding environmental conservation. So environmental consciousness among consumers too can be created. Coming to another alternative way of investing in green technology, that is green bonds. Here, what you have to do is that you invest in green bonds. So this is also known as climate bonds. And these are fixed income securities. That means that you don't have any risk here. And this present loans to help banks, companies, government, etc. According to these kinds of bonds, or green bonds kind of thing, we could see that approximately $1.1 trillion new green bonds were issued in 2021 alone. And these bonds also come with tax incentives. You can see that this green bonds are considered to be one of the safest way to invest, since it doesn't have any kind of fluctuations with respect to its income, or we could see that it yield since it yields a fixed income, or these are not as fixed income securities, the risk involved here is very less. Next, you have green funds. This is another route to invest in green technology. So here what you have to do is that here you invest in shares of a mutual fund. These green funds invest in a basket of promising securities, allowing investors to spread their money on a diversified range of environmental projects. So you might have heard about portfolio allocation or portfolio management. So and you might be very much aware about the role of mutual fund in diversification of your portfolio. This very same thing happens here too when you go for green funds. It is something which is very much similar to what is known as mutual fund. So there are quite a number of green mutual funds such as Social Choice Equity, Trillion ESG, Global Equity Fund, etc. I don't want to go to the details of each and everything of this because in this particular video, what my intention is to give you some idea with respect to green technology and green investing. We could see that there have been several indices which seek to track environmentally favorable business. So funds that follow these indices invest in renewable energy companies. For example, Nasdaq Clean Edge Green Energy Index and MAC Global Solar Index Energy Index. These are some avenues which are based on renewable energy industries. Now coming to green investing and its results, we have learned a lot about what is green investing, types of green investing. Now let's understand what would happen if you invest in green technology. Once considered this as a very promising sector, this green investing has swelled after several natural disasters brought attention to oncoming climate crisis. We know how the entire world is facing climatic crisis. We could have drastic climatic situations. We could have what to say. We are facing a lot of natural disasters, and natural disasters, these nowadays do not give any kind of warning, but it come all of a sudden, right? It comes all of a sudden, and the amount of money in ESG funds has reached over $70 billion in 2021, almost a third in an increase over the previous year. A study was conducted in 2022, and the study reported that another year of broken records between environmentally sustainable fund and wider market. So you might have also known about uh, the concept of sustainable development, which means that development of today should not be something which compromise for the development of future generations. So that means that we can go for development, definitely we can go for development, but that should not be at the cost of future generation. So green investing plays a role in promoting sustainable development as well. Coming to some special considerations with respect to green investing, we can see that investing in green companies can be considered to be riskier than some equity strategies, even though there have been many green technology or green investing methods where you could earn fixed incomes. There have been certain other arenas where investment is considered to be very much risky. However, if encouraging eco-friendly business is very much important to investors, then green investing can be very much attractive to put your money to work. The concept green, as I have already told you, it is something which vary from person to person. Some people consider these as the so-called green funds, whereas some people consider this from a purely ecological point of view. Although these companies also may be researching renewable energy technology, some investors might hesitate to invest in these kinds of companies because they are really afraid. They are really afraid of losing their money. Prospective investors should breach their investment to see if the company has fits the definition of green. So this is very much important. If somebody tell you that green investing is some arena where you could gain a lot, that doesn't mean that without researching you can go and invest your entire money into that, and all of a sudden you can expect a loss. And that doesn't mean that what this environmentally protecting or environmentally conserving kind of investment is an entire loss. What you have to do is that you have to make some kind of market analysis, or you have to do some kind of market research before going to invest your entire funds into green technology and or green investing, or I could tell you that rather than investing in a particular company or a particular arena alone, what you have to do is that you can go for something like diversification of your portfolio, or you can diversify your portfolio by going for mutual funds like green funds or something like that. Anyway, the choice is yours, but the decision should be made wise, because there can be several arenas which will give you some fixed income. At the same time, there can be several arenas which will make your money to act in a risky fashion. Now coming to the difference between green investing and greenwashing, you could see that greenwashing is a practice of branding a company or its product as environmentally friendly, and this is to capitalize on growing demand for sustainability. green investing we have already discussed, so I don't want to go to the details of that again. While green market is something which is considered to be very sincere, many companies have overstated the impact of their environmental practices or downplayed ecological costs for their products. So we have discussed a lot regarding green investing in this video. To make matters worse, we can see that there are many people who are against the concept of green investing. In the security market, we can see that green investing is something which is gaining importance day by day, especially when we are supporting eco-friendly practices, environmental maintenance, what to say, sustainable development, green technology, etc. Now, from this slide onwards, what we are going to do is that we are going to answer certain questions or certain important queries in the arena of green investment. So, first question, what are the best green stocks to buy? So, while there are no clear-cut way to predict the stocks' future earnings, some of the most successful green investment have been in the field of renewable energy. This is what I have already told you. You can invest in the arena of solar power harnessing, wind power harnessing, all these kinds of things. And the profit gained by many companies are given here when these companies invested in different renewable energy harnessing methods. Are green investment profitable? The second question is here. So we can see that while profit is not the only goal when you're going for green investment, right? So when you're going for green investment, profit is definitely a goal, but that is not the entire goal. You are trying to reduce the use of fossil fuels or traditional methods of harnessing power. But what you're doing is that you are trying to promote the use of eco-friendly practices. We are trying to promote the use of renewable energy, and in that manner you are actually gaining a part of your profit. At the same time, you are promoting eco-friendly practices. A 2000 study reported that we have been environmentally sustainable if we are going for if we could go for the green energy technology or green investing. The study also found that sustainable US large blend funds beat traditional peers in 2021 as well as the trailing 3 and 5 year periods. Next question, how can we tell that a green fund is sustainable? Each green fund involve a basket of securities. So this is what is similar to a mutual fund, as I have already told you. And to determine if a green fund is it is sufficiently sustainable, a prospective investor should first examine the securities listed in the assets or listed in the mutual funds or listed in the what to say the green fund. So this is very much important. So that's all for today. I hope that I could make you the concept clear. So please like, share, and subscribe to this channel for more videos, and you can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group to discuss your doubts. I'll be providing the links of both my Telegram channel and Telegram group in the description box. So we'll be back with a very new concept, a developing concept, an emerging concept, an evolving concept, and an important concept in the next video. So please wait for the topic, the next video. That's all for today. Thank you.